99% of Siege players will get this wrong. Here is an almost impossible Ask Six challenge. I want you to tell me in the comments below, especially if you're on console, which clips below are Zim and which are controller. On one of my most recent videos, I said that controller players or console players are not facing Zims as much as they think they are, and they cannot tell the difference between what is a high Sens player and what is a Zim or a Zen or whatever you want to use. So here is a challenge for you, especially if you're one of those people who claim that you face Zim in like gold every game, because you definitely don't, by the way. Even in higher elo, like I play in champ level elo and I don't face Zims nowhere near as much as I used to like a year ago. People definitely still spoof, I don't dispute that, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but one thing Mousetrap is good at is preventing Zim, specifically Zim. I know so many ex-Zim players who had to move back to controller because they didn't want to buy another spoofing equipment, and so instead they just went back to controller because they couldn't do Zim anymore, because that does get mousetrapped. And those who were using a method to get around that got permanently banned. So yes, spoofing equipment still exists and people will still play mouse and keyboard on console in controller lobbies. However, you're not facing them as much as you think. People often say that high Sens controller players are actually Zim, and they're not. So many people in my community, when I do community games, get accused of being Zim. But here is a bunch of clips, like I said, playing below, and I really want people to tell me what they think is Zim and what they think are controller, and then I will make a follow-up video to decide or to tell you which is Zim and which are controller. I can almost guarantee 99% of people will get this wrong. But there are 4 clips in total, so just put a number to how many you think are using Zim or Cronus or Zen, whatever you want to choose. Which one of these out of 4 do you think are not controller? So only give me a number on the ones that you think are not controller.